Welcome back to the gun dungeon. Going to be doing some 300 blackout stuff today. And oftentimes I will read or hear or see people talking about H110 and how great H110 is for supersonic 300 blackout loads. And I agree, it's a good powder. But I've also had really good luck with little gun, which I use a lot of here. Use little gun in basically all of my AR rounds that aren't 5.56, 300 blackout, 450 Bushmaster, 50 Beowulf, and it does really well in all those. So I thought it would be worth the time to see how a load max charge H110 here with a Barnes bullet. It's a 110 grain Tac-TX, I think it is. And we use that, and then a max charge of little gun here. Same bullet, same everything. Load data from Barnes's website. So it's all coming from the same place. But typically whenever I look at load data, I'll see H110 and little gun together. And I rarely ever see little gun having less velocity than H110. But for some reason, the Barnes had it listed as less velocity than the H110 with their charge. So we're going to take it out, put it through the chronograph. We're going to check. I got 3 rounds of each H110 and the little gun loads here. And we will check the overall velocities. We will check the standard deviations. And we're going to be shooting it from this 16-inch Scout, which I've yet to do a review on. I need to do that very soon. Got some cool loads loaded up for that. This little quick insight here. If I can find them, maybe. Nope, I lost them. They're somewhere. I've got like a bunch of different wild loads loaded up for that thing that I'm going to try when I do review it. But anyways, enough rambling here. It's not a reloading and rambling. Let's go ahead and go out and put these through the chronograph, see what we get. All right, so first up is going to be our H110. Tell I've got them all marked here. I've got them separate in my pocket too, but it's going to take a little longer since this is the old break action, one at a time. All right, H110 coming up. 2440. Let's take a look at that primer while we're at it. Not over pressure by any means. Dig around in my pocket. $24.91. That was moving pretty good. All right. Last one, H110. $24.41. It's at 1 foot per second off of the first shot, if I remember correctly. Pretty good. All right. Time for some little gun. $25.44. Let's take a look at the primer. Not over pressure by any means. No flattening, no nothing. That looks really good. $25.44, guys. I thought that Barnes data was a little off. $25.11. Same on the primer. $24.51. I don't think that's right. I'm gonna go load another one. All right, I got another one loaded up here. Same powder charge as before. I'm not gonna edit out any of the weird stuff that happens because it happens. I'm gonna show you guys. But that was almost 100 feet per second difference between the first 2 shots. So I think that's a chronograph error, especially since we're in a pretty cloudy day with snow flying. I don't think, if you want to contribute that as a good shot, go ahead. But I'm gonna get rid of that one, and we'll try another one, see how we do. That's more like it. 25-20. Y'all be sure to go over and check out Vetter Holsters. They're a big sponsor of the channel, help me out quite a bit, so y'all get over there and help them out as well. Here's one of their outside the waistband models. Awesome design. They have about any design you can think of. They're also one of the few companies that I've seen making holsters like this with the claw attachment inside the waistband model that fits the Glock 29 and the 10mm versions of the XDMs. So if you have a gun, they probably make a holster for it. Check out Vetter Holsters. And while we're at it, I gotta mention Target Sports. They just became a sponsor of the channel. If you shoot very much throughout the year, their Ammo Plus membership is well worth it. It'll pay for itself in the year's time if you shoot very much at all. So be sure to go check out Target Sports. Their link is below. All right, we are here with a bunch of random numbers I've thrown on a piece of paper in a format that makes sense to me, but probably doesn't make sense to anyone else. So I'm going to explain it. Hopefully I can hold it still enough. So here are our 3 shots per little gun, H110. This is our average for H110, average for little gun, standard deviation for H110, standard deviation for little gun. These are the differences in between here. So you can see 68 feet per second difference in the average, advantage going to little gun, and a 9.9 standard deviation difference going to little gun. So with the max charge loads, and that's actually a pretty good standard deviation with that 300 Blackout little gun load. I'll take that all day. But the H110 ain't too bad either. But for max charges, you know, generally you don't get really good standard deviations with max charges, but we've done pretty good on those. But as you can see, little gun ain't no chump. H110 is good. It's proven. It's a powder that everybody's used for years and years and years. But man, I really like little gun. And the 110 grain loads, 125 grain loads, I really like little gun. Now I have noticed that especially with like Magnum handgun rounds, which is where H110 and little gun typically live, I have noticed the heavier the bullet gets, the better H110 does. H110 will start closing that gap on velocities when the bullet starts getting heavier. And these are light for caliber bullets for 300 Blackout. I have not done any testing trying to get high velocities out of heavy bullets with 300 Blackout, because typically when you go to heavy bullets and 300 Blackout, you're shooting for subsonic. So, but anyways, that's what I got for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts down below. And here come the H110 fanboys just ready to beat me up. I know, but anyways, till next time, guys, stay tuned.